Welcome, everybody. We are back with the Strawberry Sundays podcast. We have the unreal guest of Scopes today. I do apologise about the slight delay. I was having a couple of issues with the PC, but we're back. Scopes, how are you, bro?
I'm not too bad, thank you, sir. How are you?
Yeah,
How's your
not
day?
too bad myself. Not too bad. Um, let's just crack on. Let's get straight into the questions and things, bro. With the slight delay. So let's just start off by telling everyone just a bit about yourself, and then we'll go from there.
Well, my name's Scopes, also known as Connor or a bot because everyone knows me as the bot. Basically, I pretty much just play Warzone on stream. I also do YouTube. Started doing TikTok. I've been getting so many people have a go at me for not doing TikTok, but I'm really bad at editing. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've only just started doing it recently because the fact that my YouTube blew up. So I'm kind of learning about YouTube and editing and all this and all that. So it's kind of just trying to find new ways of getting the content out there, as most content creators try to do. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I do as of right now is just Warzone. I do play other games off stream, but the stream and all of my content is based around Warzone.
And you mentioned like your TikTok side of things as well, and you've just brought that sort of into your content. Have you seen benefits from that? Because I know a lot of people, like I do TikTok myself, and I've seen benefits from it. But it's good to hear other people like their position as well.
Well, for me personally, I don't. It's not like I upload regularly. I'll probably upload. I upload a video and then maybe another one and another one, and the very first couple of videos done really well.
Mm.
And then if I don't know if you've known about the invisible glitches in Warzone. I was actually
Mm.
the one to put out both of the very first, the first and second glitch on the invisibility glitch, and those videos done really well. But obviously, as something minute that is like a bug in the game, they normally do hit very well. So other than them, though, I only get a couple of thousand views, and I personally haven't seen any growth from TikTok. But that being said, obviously, it all goes down to the more work you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. So with me being not lazy, but I just don't know how to really do TikTok and stuff. I haven't really put that much effort into it, and I'm sure if I did try to put more effort in, I could probably get better exposure through TikTok. But for me personally, as of right now, not much has ever came from TikTok.
Yeah, you see, I don't really edit my clips in the TikTok. I literally, if I get a clip, I just put it on because like
Yeah,
yourself, I'm not an editor. I don't know really what's going on.
yeah,
But like you
editing's
say,
hard.
and it is very hit and miss. With one, one video will get thousands and thousands of views, and your likes will go up and all that kind of thing, and then the next one could do really bad. So there is like the hit and
Yeah,
miss side of it as well.
that's exactly you're very correct there, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why it throws you off when doing something like TikTok, because obviously you see everyone else that every video does really well, and then when all of yours do bad, it kind of just it makes you not want to try and do that. I
Mm.
don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah, it's quite demotivating. Because especially because you can
that's
literally
the word.
see the viewers as well, like the views on the video, like
Yeah,
it shows you the statistics for it, and like you say, you could post a clip the day before and it go huge, and then the next one not be so good.
yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
correct.
let's get into the side of your sort of content. So let's go from sort of the beginning. So how is it that you got into content? How is it that you got into streaming, all that kind of thing?
How I got into content? Well, originally I used to just play. How long ago are you referring to? Like that very first gaming experience, or just content itself?
Yeah, we'll go from content first when you started, and then we'll come back
Okay,
to.
so basically, I've always wanted to stream since around. I'd probably say just before Call of Duty Ghosts and that era. I've always obviously played, but when it first came to doing content, um, I, the reason I never streamed earlier on, I'd say I probably started fully streaming around Blackout, Call of Duty Blackout, um, because the reason I never streamed before is because I've always been on a 4G hotspot. And being the fact that I'm on 4G hotspot, I always believed I wouldn't have a good enough connection to be able to stream and play because I
Mm,
always lag in game. You know,
yeah.
where I'm lagging so much, I always thought, well, there's no possible way for me to be able to stream because I'm already lagging without streaming. And then one day my mate was just like, you know what, just try it. And I was like, I mean, you're right. So PS4 had the ability to stream straight from the console. So that's what I done.
Mm.
I just turned the stream on one day and I would just play and play and play. And one day, someone was in the chat talking, and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy." And I asked them, you know, what's the quality like? You know, is it good? Is it bad? And they said it looks perfectly fine to me. Obviously, they said we can see that you're lagging every now and then, but there really isn't anything wrong with it. Your voice is clear, the video picture, when not lagging is clear, and I just carried on. And then that's when obviously I was in blackout, and then it just moved forward and forward and forward to the point where I managed to be able to afford a PC. I got a PC upgraded, and yeah, I'm still on 4G to this day. And I don't know how I managed to do it, but I get very angry because of my connection. But you gotta deal. Is it deal with the hand that life gave you, or something like that? I don't know what the phrase is. I'm not very a clever guy, so yeah, I'm just dealing with what I've got, and all I've got is 4G internet at the moment. So hoping maybe by the end of this year to move out and get an actual stable internet, provide better and more clear content.
Yeah. I still find it like so hard that you all play off like 4G and you stream off 4G. Like I
Yeah.
just find that mad. And
Like,
still
even
being
right
able
now,
to,
listening to you, every other word sometimes breaks up. I don't actually always hear your
yeah.
whole sentence, so I just have to put it together.
That's a challenge in itself, isn't it? Like that's crazy. And to still produce like a good quality of content is beyond me. With
I'm
like I say with
definitely
4G, that's yeah, that's crazy. Um, what's behind the name?
um okay. So originally, I used to have it on. I think it was on Black Ops One when I was back in school, and me and my friends used to play. When you get home from school every night, you play with the same group of friends every night. We
Yeah.
made a little clan, and the clan was XX Elite Dash, and then we all had different ends of the name. And back then, I used to do, as everyone used to do, trick shots and all this. So sniping has always been my favorite thing to do. It doesn't matter if everyone's running around with an AR, I'll still beat you with a sniper, sort of thing. And I used to
Mm,
do that, used to run around with a sniper, so I called myself XX Elite Scopes. And obviously, my friends were Dragon, Pirate, and all these other
yeah.
names. And then when I started streaming, my original name on Twitch was XX Elite Scopes. I don't know what to call myself, just put my gamer tag in.
Mm,
And because I think that's what it automatically done when you signed up through the PS4, it just used your gamer
PS4.
tag as
Yeah.
your name. So, and then throughout, I think around halfway through Blackout, when I was, I eventually averaged around 5, 6 viewers. A lot of people kept asking me, about your name and all this and all that. And a very good friend of mine who's like now one of my mods, we've grown to become very, very close since the beginning of Blackout when I met him. He's kind of like a mini manager, if you say. Like
Mm,
he's just one of those guys that look out for me, and he's really gone the extra mile to help me in this whole career of streaming and stuff. And he says advised me to change my name from XX Elite Dash Scopes because it was such a long and winded name, and if the in quotation you were to get big, that's going to be a really weird name to have. And I was like, I mean, I understand that's true. So I changed it to
mm.
just straight Scopes, but the name Scopes was already taken. So I was like, let's be one of those nerds and put a 3 in there and an underscore at the end of it. So Yes, a lot of people also call me Scop3 underscore just to annoy me, but I'm used to it. Um, but yeah, that's how I originally got the name. Is just because of back in the day we was in a clan, and I've always enjoyed sniping. So put two and two together, and I'm still sniping to this day. It's all I pretty much do.
Yeah. That's back in the day, Modern Warfare 2, get
Oh,
every score,
the good old
six
days.
man party,
Yep,
Pure X
those were
Recon
what it
was
was.
mine. Pure X Recon, yeah, my gamer tag back in the day. So yeah, no, yeah, so literally you've come from sort of the same sort of content background as myself, with gaming and that,
I'd
just
say so.
you know, like playing back in the day with the six mans and that kind of thing, and just getting your love for gaming. Now this is a tough question.
Hmm.
What was your first ever console? This could be controversial.
Now, I had an N64.
What
Yeah,
game?
I
What
had.
wait? What games though?
Honestly, I can't remember what I did yesterday. I don't remember the games. I do not remember them. My first vivid memory of a game that I used to play all the time, though, is actually back on a PS1. And it was a game I think called Road Rage or Road Rash. Road Rash, I think it was. You was little bikers and you went around smacking other bikers off their bikes and shit and beating them up with clubs and maybe even GTA, the bird's eye view GTA where you look down.
Yeah.
They're like the very first ones, other than you had Doom and that on. I think my dad's on my dad's PC. I used to play a bit of Doom and stuff. But like they're the very first ones I can remember. But I did 100% have an N64 before the PS1. But I cannot remember. Maybe GoldenEye on that, or was that PlayStation?
I
That's what I was
don't
saying.
know.
I don't remember
Yeah,
what games there
that
was, but I
far.
used to
Yeah,
love
that far back.
GoldenEye. Used to love GoldenEye back then. Um, but yeah, I mean, as I said, I remember having an N64 and all of those very old consoles, and I think my uncle used to have an Atari. Is that how you pronounce it? An Atari? I don't know, something like that. A very very old console, and I used to play on them all the time. But I can't remember the exact name of the games. Unfortunately, I do
Yeah.
apologize.
No. I think you've kind of covered what back in the day you used to
But a
play.
lot of people say when they asked you, did you have an Xbox or PlayStation? Because there was a very fine line. I don't know if you remember when the Xbox 360 came out,
Mm.
and I must say I owned every single console I think I've owned since the PlayStation 1 onwards, except PS5 now. And Xbox One. Xbox 360 was the last Xbox I owned. Um, but since PlayStation 3 onwards, I've always been a PlayStation guy. Xbox kind of just got out boring for me. So, yeah, I mean, console wise, I'd say PlayStation 4 was obviously the last console. I never got the PlayStation 5 purely because they were sold out. I don't know why they
Mm.
didn't make enough of them. That's pretty stupid in my opinion, but it is what it is, as they say. But yeah, I finally moved over to PC now.
Yeah.
No longer
Yeah,
a console player.
I'm still stuck on PS4 myself.
Play on
But
PC.
was going to move to PC, but I don't know. I just not made the step yet. I am gonna look into getting
You have a
another
PC, right?
PC. Yeah, I've got a PC that I stream on, but
Right. You not play and stream on the same PC?
I I could.
There we go. Do it.
But yeah, it's just moving it across. I do need to make the jump, but
It's honestly,
I'm
do
lazy. I'm
you
just
play Warzone a lot, or do you play like a mixture of games?
um I play Warzone majority
Then it's
of the
worth it.
time.
It's worth it.
Yeah, every single person that I
It
speak
is.
to that says why are you still on PlayStation is yeah. But yeah, it's just switching it over. I just need to
I mean,
one day
I
just
only
do
switched.
it.
I only switched. What 3 weeks ago now? So I'm very recent. It was only once I hit 2,000 plus wins on Warzone I had decided to switch over to um PC, and it's definitely worth it. 100%.
Yeah, and you can literally just for like the stream sort of thing, you can 100% like you know the difference. It's
Um,
like
yeah.
clear and
Well, not even quality of the game. I mean, yeah, there's obviously a bit of an upgrade with the graphics, but I believe if you have a PS5, they now finally released like an update for complete PlayStation 5 Warzone. So the PlayStation 5
Mm.
Warzone almost has the similar graphics to a PC. To be fair, it's minute, very slight difference between the two. So it's all kind of, as I said, um, almost unrecognizable. But it's the field of view. Um,
Yeah.
you being on an 80 field of view with independent aim, as soon as you switch to PC and have affected with um, the field of view up to 120 affected, you have zero visual recording. It's a million times different.
Yeah. I might have to. I think I'm
You will.
getting more tempted every time someone mentions it. To be
If
honest.
I don't if I jump on your stream by this time next week, next Sunday, and you're not on PC, I'm gonna be upset. You got 1 week.
Okay.
You got a
I've got
week.
1 week. I've got a week to change.
A week to download. Just download the game and try. Just download the game. It's free.
Yeah,
It's
I
free.
think that's what I need to do. I just need to download it, give it a
Download
go,
it.
see if the
Free.
stream works.
You got good internet, right? It's better than mine.
Yeah, well, yeah. um, okay, let's go into the next question.
Mhm.
The best content moment you've had to date.
Best content in numbers or best content for just enjoyment? There's many
Just
different aspects of what that question could be.
I'd go, we'll go both. We'll go numbers wise, but then
Okay.
we'll also go in terms of like enjoyment and what like you literally clicked end stream and you were literally like, wow, that was unbelievable.
Right, okay. So no lasagna, I'm sorry, it's not the day I met you. Um you're the bane of my existence. Right. That being said, the what I would say the best numbers wise, we'll start with numbers, is probably, as I mentioned, the videos about going invisible. Whenever I found the two glitches for go. Well, I was mentioned. I didn't find them personally. One of them I sort of found and then done a video on, but the other one was like told to me. Obviously, I credited them in the video, but those were probably the best numbers wise on my YouTube and TikTok, and other places that I exposed the way to go invisible on Warzone. And obviously, as anyone knows, that's not something you want to be seeing in the game. And thank God they were patched within 16 or 17 hours of me putting the video out. But that's probably the best numbers wise. um, but content wise itself, I mean, I've done videos with people like Swag, Korean Savage, and some J God and all these other names.
Mm.
And I must say that those are really awesome, memories to have and to be able to say I've played with them. You got a Spanish YouTuber named Willie Rex. He's massive, and being able to play with him as well. Again, an amazing day. But I'd say just the days, sub Sundays are probably one of my favorite days of the week, because I just get to connect with the community. And even if we don't win the games like we intend to, just having a laugh and meeting the people that are there to support me every day is honestly the best days. So, and that's all the time. I don't have a specific that wow, that was amazing sort of thing. I mean, yes, I've had times where I've hit, massive sub trains and stuff like that on Twitch, but to me it's never really been about, money and stuff. It's always just in trying to entertain others and making sure they're having a good time. So
Yeah,
sub Sundays, I would say, for me personally, are the best, because I get to connect with the community that are there to support me.
yeah. No, I've got a lot of time for that. And there's a lot of people, within this sort of scene that are based just on the monetary value.
That's
And you can
unfortunate.
tell, yeah, you can tell within the content they create and all that kind of thing, and it's just not something that I personally would agree with. Obviously, if you're doing it full time, then you do need that income, and you can understand it from that perspective. But you're still
I mean,
there
I
for other
am I
people's
am technically
entertainment.
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
and
understand it.
you're
I
there
do
to
understand
entertain,
both
aren't
sides.
you? So
Yeah.
yeah, it is a tough one. Okay, next one. So we've got two questions now. So these kind of interlink
Right.
together, sort of thing. And this may relate back to the previous question slightly.
Right.
But the best person you've worked with, and then just why.
Um. As I said, I've worked with many names. But the most memorable ones I could remember, I would have to say, obviously, for to helping me out personally to get a foothold on Twitch, I'd say the person who helped me gain the most viewership on Twitch to start off with was probably Swag, because I wasn't doing YouTube when I actually made a video with Swag. So it was, he shouted out my Twitch, and I had a lot of people coming through, and some have stuck around, and then some passed through every now and then. And then YouTube wise, I was on probably around 400 subs on YouTube. And I done a video with Korean Savage, which I'm sure most of you know, the leaderboard king. And that's then when my YouTube went from 300 subs to getting, one or two views a video to I'm now 400 and something away from 50,000. He definitely is the one that helped my YouTube grow, and
Mm.
most of the viewership from my YouTube side of things is from him. And another person who's helped out with YouTube and with Twitch like combined, I'd say is Willy Rex. He's a Spanish YouTuber, and a lot of people who have even become my mods now met me through him, and they're now in my streams every day, and they also watch the YouTube videos to help out. So, I mean, those are the three biggest names. Other than I've also left out J God, which I should probably say like I play with J God on a regular basis. So like the other three, those are just three big names that have put a massive like dent into my career, and they really helped it. But someone who's sort of always been, maybe like once a month, once a week sort of thing is J God. I'm sure almost everyone at the moment knows the name J God because
Yeah.
he's finding everything wrong with Warzone, so he's the
The
go-to
class
man.
guru. He is the class guru.
He's the guru, and yeah, I would definitely say that he's also someone who's always around. I'm always talking to him every single day, and a lot of the stuff I'm sure he's even meant. He says it in his videos that blah 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 showed me this, blah 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 showed me that, and where I play, I've got what nearly 60 days time played in Warzone. I'm someone who does stumble across quite a lot of these issues, bugs, or OP things, and I just tell him about them. So obviously everyone's helping each other out with as much as they can because everyone wants to see their friends grow, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
again, like you say, we're all in it together, and we're all trying to,
100%.
we're all trying to create content. We're all trying to grow. So it is good that you've got those sorts of connections that
Yeah.
do help out. But obviously, you've worked hard to get to that position. So, hats off to you there. Now, last question.
Mhm.
If there was one person that you've not already worked with that you'd love to work with, who would it be and why?
This is a really hard question because there's so many names out there,
Mm.
and I never thought of even some of the people I played with now. I never
Mm.
thought I'd be able to ever play with Korean Savage. I never thought. I personally didn't know who Willy Rex is because he's a Spanish guy. He's just purely Spanish, doesn't talk English on his videos, so I didn't know who he was. But if someone had showed me his channel, I would never have even thought I'd even be able to say hello to the
Yeah.
guy. Let alone play with him and have videos with him. And but as of right now, probably, I mean, I've played with Attach and that as well. I would say FaZe Jev is going to be the name that I say
Mm.
because I think I've probably watched almost every single video he's released. He's just one of those, daily people that upload daily, and you just you grow to watch throughout the whole of the
Mm.
Call of Duty scene since back in the day. And the famous napkin over his head, rage, and it's the rage charges for me that do it. It's like I'm someone who rages 24/7.
Mm.
Probably half of my viewers leave the stream because I'm sitting there screaming, and I just feel like I can relate to him. And believe it or not, I actually had a fanboy moment from him the other week, when that invisibility glitch I mentioned with the skin that's out at the moment, that forest skin. They finally fixed it, but you could
Yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
invisible with it. he actually mentioned my name in his video. Now he didn't obviously credit me or anything. He just said, "Oh, some guy named Scopes found the video," and at that moment, boom, I was like, "That's it. I can happily quit
Yeah.
streaming now and be happy. I've made it into my name has been said by a FaZe Jeff." So, but yeah, he's if I could say anyone, it probably would be FaZe Jeff.
Yeah.
Honestly, it would never happen, but it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for that that final question is that the way that people can relate, and like you say, you relate to him even with you raging and those
Yeah,
sorts of things. You can relate to that person,
yeah, 100%.
and that's why I always leave that one for last, because it's good to see someone and who they would inspire to play with, and how they link in with different, because it's a different person every time. Not
Yeah,
everybody comes in and just says, I want to play with Nick Merckx, and that's it,
yeah,
or I want to
that's
just play
true.
with this
Yeah.
person. It is different people to suit that individual and their sort of the way that they produce content, and the way that they are when they play.
Yeah, it's
Um,
unique, isn't it?
yeah. Right, that is the end of it. Scopes, bro, really, really do appreciate you coming on.
No,
Uh,
thank you for having me.
Obviously, you've been a laugh, um, and yeah, even before we went live, good chat. So yeah, really, really hope everyone in the stream has enjoyed themselves. Go show him some love. We will be uploading this on YouTube and other platforms as well, but I will link everything of Scope's channel, so everyone please show him love, and I appreciate everyone coming by. Peace.